Hello and welcome back. Welcome if you're new. If you're new here, my name is Elena. I'm the homeschooling mama to 3 kiddos, and today we're going to talk more about that. This is part of a collaboration with Jessica from the Waldock Way and Abby from Rooted in Rest. For the past few years, they've been doing a homeschool show and tell. It's an open collaboration, so I will leave the link down below for you. And every month they put out, every month from September to June, they put out a question or kind of theme, and they invite other homeschool mamas with a YouTube channel to put out a video and join in so you can meet other homeschool moms, learn about other homeschools and just the different styles and all the different ways we're doing homeschool in our lives. So this month they did a little bit of a throwback and they did a get to know the teacher. And so we're going to answer those questions today. I will also leave those questions linked down below so that we can get to know each other better. Even if you don't have a YouTube channel, you can answer the question in the comments, and I think it'd just be a fun way to connect. The first question is, how many years have you homeschooled? We will actually be entering our 12th year of homeschool. I started homeschooling my oldest as he was going into first grade. So we will actually be having our first senior year here. At the time of filming, it is just the beginning of September, and we are having a later start to this year because life, if you've seen the other videos on the channel, has gotten really, really lifey lately. So we're doing kind of a delayed start to this year, but that's one of the things I absolutely love about homeschool is that you can kind of flow with life. I'm sure you can hear my kiddos in the background again. I'm a homeschool mom, so they're here with me all the time. The next question is, do you have a homeschool style? I would say that our homeschool style is kind of eclectic. I have bits and pieces of lots of different things that I enjoy. I love learning about Charlotte Mason and that kind of style, but I also, I'm not just, I don't want to say tied to, but I'm not, we're not committed to just any one style. So it's a bit of an eclectic thing where we do enjoy some bits and pieces of each thing. And I found that each one of my children kind of cling to different styles better too. My youngest is on the spectrum, so that kind of, it adds to the eclecticness of our homeschool and our life here. And so again, it would just be eclectic. That would be our style. The next question, what is your favorite subject to teach? I don't know that I actually have a favorite subject. I really love, we do Bible time, and that gets really fun, but that's kind of in our everyday, day-to-day life, just getting to have conversations with my kids and things of that nature. But also with my daughter, who really loves nature, going on nature walks with her is super fun. And so that kind of aspect of it is exciting. But I don't think there's like any one subject that we really like, this is my absolute favorite, we always do it. Reading could be really exciting too, but I don't know if it's the concept of learning to read or just getting to read with my children. So I hate to be vague on that, but that's kind of, again, all over the place with that answer. If you could only choose 3 homeschool tools, what would they be? Physical homeschool tools, I would, especially in the younger years, having a hands-on learner who's really tactical. One tool would definitely be my laminator and laminating sheets. I don't know if we could throw those in together, but that would be one, just because we did so many Velcro and visual schedules, and we still kind of do that, but having that just came in handy because just having paper was really tough with him, and having the lamination just added an extra layer that we could reuse these things. Another thing is a really good pencil sharpener. We had found an old pencil sharpener at a thrift store. It's an electric one, and it was like lasted us for so long. It wasn't the plastic ones, it was like the really old-fashioned, heavier duty ones, and it lasted us for years, and then it finally gave out on us. And if you are homeschooling right now, you probably understand how fast that your kids just want to keep sharpening pencils and going through them. And then we also have a plethora of colored pencils, and that seems to be their kind of art tool at the time and at the moment, and so they're constantly sharpening those things too. So a really good pencil sharpener would be another great tool to have. And then I think lastly, just like kind of a fun tool, would be all the art supplies. I don't know if I can clump all of that together as one tool. Or if you want to be practical, I guess I would say a printer. Have a really good printer. I'll put a picture up of the one we use, but we bought this at Costco a few years back, almost 4 years ago, and it's been with us since. So I'm hoping it keeps chugging with us. But a really great printer. But on the fun side, I would say art supplies. Any art supplies, fun, just things to create. Even my oldest can put together things and have fun with that, and so it's fun for the whole family like that. What inspires you as a teacher? It's probably going to sound cheesy, but my kids. My kids just, I didn't set out, I didn't know I was going to be a homeschool mom. If you had spoken to past me, I would have not thought that this would ever be on my horizon. I kind of fell into it. I didn't fall into it. I really honestly feel like it was a whole God-led thing where he presented it to us, and then just my heart kept being called back to it. So the way that we became homeschoolers, I think there's like a really old video on my channel somewhere, the story of how we became homeschoolers. But yeah, I feel like they inspire me to continue to push on. There's nothing like, it's so exciting to watch your kids' faces light up when they learn something new, or when you learn something alongside them. And then, like I said, as my oldest gets older, we start having these really great conversations about things that maybe we didn't have when he was younger. We have some really great, fun conversations with my younger two as well. And we have some really insightful conversations, like out of the mouth of babes. Sometimes they just blow you out of the water. And so I find it inspiring to watch them as they grow and learn, and just seeing them become their own little people. It's just awesome to see. Are you an early bird or a night owl? I would probably say I'm somewhere like as an afternoon pigeon. I think I gave this answer the last time we did this too, but I do try to get up earlier, but I'm not fully awake. So I do need those quiet moments before the kids wake up. In the winter, I will be honest, it's really hard to wake up and get that because it's so dark out. The summer months and these like early fall days, it's a little bit nicer because the sun is still coming up with me. But that sounded off. It doesn't come up with me. I come up with the sun. But when it's light out, it's easier to get up and kind of have my quiet time and just have a moment before we go into the busyness of the day. So I do get up a little bit earlier. I try to get up before my kids. But I just cannot stay up late at night. I am not that person. I often am going down when the kids go down because I'm just tired by the end of the day. What is your favorite teacher treat? Coffee, tea, candy, or chocolate? It depends on the day, probably all of them. I am a coffee drinker, so I have that first thing in the morning. I have water, then I have my coffee. I have my little rhythm of the morning. But the kiddos, especially like in those dark winter mornings, know like if mom's drinking her coffee, you're gotta let her grab that first cup before we start in on all of the things that we need. Towards the afternoon, I try to lay off of it, and then we'll do tea or something like that. Hard days, I'm not opposed to sneaking into the pantry and grabbing a piece of dark chocolate. That's always an option too. So a little bit of everything. Do you prep and plan, or do you go with the flow? I really would love to be a prep and plan person. I like to have things laid out. I love to have a plan. I even am one of those people that love to have a plan A, B, and C, just in case. But I am learning slowly. I feel like the Lord is walking me through a little bit more of go with the flow, because like in the season of transition we're in now, there's not a whole heck of a lot I can be planning for. It's a lot of take one step and wait. And since we are in that position in life right now, it is just a lot of going with the flow and switching things up. I always in my head picture Ross from Friends, if you're familiar, pivot, because that's what we're doing in life. We just keep having to change a little bit of a direction and change again. And like I said, we get one step, and then we have to kind of take a pause and wait for the next step to come to us. So right now we are in a more go with the flow, and it is a learning curve for me because I would prefer to be a prep and plan kind of person. But sometimes life doesn't dish that out for you. And then lastly, what is something you really enjoy outside of being a homeschool parent? I really enjoy this. I really enjoy creating videos. I really enjoy sharing. I really am excited and hopeful to create a community here. I find that it's a creative outlet, and I really like that part too. I love that my kids get to see mom pursuing something and the work that goes behind the scenes, finding the time to film and finding the time to edit and post and all the things, plan it out. So it's a great learning thing for them as well. And it's nice for them to see mom have something a goal for me, for personal goal, and pursuing it. And when we hit a new milestone, the whole family celebrates, and it's just so super fun to see that. So I really enjoy that. I enjoy reading. I have some videos here. I try to do a monthly recap when I can and talk about the books we're reading. I tend to read as a little bit of an escape or a little bit of a break. I guess lots of things. I have what I call grandma hobbies. So I will cross stitch or embroider some seasons. I would love to learn how to knit or crochet. Sewing has been something that we wanted to pick up in homeschool for all of us. All of us wanted to learn. So outside of that, it's just kind of little tiny creative things that I think are really fun. I love to be in my kitchen most days, especially when we get into these cooler months and we can be baking and just making yummy things. And so that's another fun thing. I love to bake. I don't love to clean the dishes afterwards. So it's kind of a give and take on it. But that is it for me. Thank you so much for hanging out and getting to know me a little bit better. Let me know if you learned something new, or if you're new here to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I will leave the links down below. And if you don't have a channel and want to answer the questions, I would love to read more and learn more about you. Again, thanks so much for watching.